I've been thinking too small, man. Let me explain. So if you're new to this, I document myself every single day building my business. Business model is LBOs. We're buying businesses using leverage, using debt. And we're in the healthcare industry. And this is the journey of 0 to 1 billion. It's like a daily series until I get my first acquisition. That's the idea right now. But man, I think I've been thinking too small. So follow me through this train of thought. Like, this is a raw video, no edits. So from my standpoint right now, from where I'm at in the journey, it's almost been 6 months. And today I spoke with an owner, right? An owner of a business, someone who wanted to sell the business, right? And it's a super old lady, past retirement. She makes about $500,000 in revenue and about $100,000 in profit, right? If you're a business owner, most businesses in the world out there, most of the time, they make somewhere between 20 to 30%. In my specific industry, it's somewhere between 15 to 25% margins, usually, right? And I spoke with her, and she told me a lot of interesting things, and it made me realize, like, okay, I might just be thinking a little bit too small, from the sense of not like acquisitions, $500,000, $1 million. No, you got to think of the perspective of like of the billionaire lens, right? I think if you want to make $1 billion, you don't shoot to make 1 billion. You shoot to make 10 billion. So that way you can land at $1 billion. You know what I mean? If you shoot to make $100,000 in a year, you'll probably get to like 94,000. And you'd be like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. And you end the year at 94. But you got to aim higher to hit that goal. It's like, if you want to make $10,000 off of one sale, you got to sell a product that's not $10,000. You got to sell a product that's worth $100,000 so you can make 10,000. You know what I mean? And think of it this way: you don't make $1 billion, you own $1 billion. Like, everyone knows that. I'm assuming everyone knows that. A lot of people my age don't know that, but most people should know that. Like, you don't make it, you own it, right? Of course, you got to own the asset. It's like if you own a business that made $5 million a year and it went to $6 million a year in profit, right? $5 million a year in profit, $6 million a year in profit. All right, you might have gained $1 million in that year in profit, but the valuation of your business increased by 10 million. Because let's say your industry, you get a 10 times multiple. So the greatest asset you'll own is not your house, it's your business, because you could sell your business. People don't think about selling business. Like, most people, common people, won't think about it. But the last couple of days, and the more I read about these big time people, Steven Schwartzman, Dan Pena, Barry Sternlicht, Brad Jacobs, and it goes on and on. Like, today I was reading about this guy who retired, who he was a CEO. I think he was a chairman or a CEO, but he was one of the head people for a company that managed 5,000 hospitals and a bunch of other small healthcare sectors. And this guy retired. Like, his company had 5,000 hospitals. Like, Barry Sternlicht, like, he took his company from $8 million a year to, I think it was 2.8 billion. Not his net worth, his company's size, right? And as a result, if you increase your company size, your net worth is going to increase, of course, as a result, right? But they do these insane swings because they think so big. And I really think I need to work on my mindset a little bit more. Not only that, I'm starting to get fully convinced that the chairman is the biggest piece to the puzzle. Not even because he'll like do work for you, just because of the name, not even because of the connections. Just like, you can create your own connections by being associated with someone so high up. Like, if I'm working with someone that managed, or he owned a company that had 5,000 hospitals, I'm not gonna walk in there for $1 million like loan. Like, you'll go for like $1 billion loan. Barry Sternlicht, he had this insane debt package, million or billions and billions of dollars as debt. Like, it's really insane. Like, the numbers, it really doesn't, like, it's hard to fathom. I really think so. Like, it goes over your head so easily. Like, what the hell is this? Like, at a certain point, the numbers don't resonate. Like, you don't understand it, right? Like, for example, Steven Schwartzman, when he started his own firm from scratch, he wanted to raise $1 billion for a firm that didn't even exist yet. Like, there was no track record of acquisitions at all. Brand new company. Sure, he had experience in, what was his firm? He was an advisor for an advisory firm. Like, he was in finance, but he's never had experience leading a company doing acquisitions. But yet he raised almost $1 billion for his first fund that never existed. Brad Jacobs, right? Another guy, he got a loan from a French banker for $1 billion credit line when he was first rolling up, I think it was the waste companies. And not only, okay, Steven Schwartzman, you got Brad Jacobs, you got Barry Sternlicht, right? And even, like, I was reading again Dan Peña's book, Your First 100 Million, right? It's on page 99 or 100. And I'll pull it up on the screen so you guys could read it. But basically, his company is worth, it was worth, right? Not like profit or revenue. The worth of his company was $80 million, 80, right? And he acquired another company for $168 million, right? And he completely, like, blew up his company. Like, it grew so fast because of an acquisition. It's not easy to do an acquisition, but what I'm saying is he acquired so much debt to buy it. And that's how he grew, right? You own an asset that pays down the debt, you manage it well, and as a result, it grows your company. It's not that simple, of course, but I'm just saying, like, I'll even put this clip. It was Brad Jacobs saying, man, there's more money out there chasing people than there is ideas for the money. Like, if you have an idea that genuinely can make money, like an actually good idea, and you're an actually solid person, right? There's money out there. Like, the way I'm thinking right now is, like, if I had someone, like a mentor or someone on my team that owned 5,000 hospitals, he wouldn't look at the deals that I'm looking at, like these $500,000 a year revenue businesses that makes $100,000 a year in profit. He wouldn't look at that and be like, okay, this is like a great opportunity. Like, they think so much bigger. It's really crazy. It's such a mindset shift. Like, the mindset is so pivotal. It really, really is. And it's really weird how, like, I don't know who that watches this channel bought courses, right? But any course you buy, first module or first section or whatever it's called, it's always mindset. Dan Peña, his book, first thing, mindset. When you read Brad Jacobs, he's worth $4.1 billion. He doesn't sell a course, just his book, like, just the way he thinks. It's like, okay, first chapter of my book is rearranging your thoughts and changing your mindset. First chapter, and he does not sell a course. He's a billionaire. But what's he gonna tell you? First thing you need to change is your mindset. And it's so crazy. Like, I see it at work. Like, I'm not gonna talk bad about anyone at work, of course, because I have a job, right? But when you really want to grow your company, you really gotta think big, like so big. And it goes back to the comment I had in, I think it was yesterday's video or the day before. Someone commented like I love the series, I love the enthusiasm, I love the idea, but like bruh, he said bruh, like BRUH. Be a little bit more realistic. Like, do like 0 to 1 million first. It's like, you know what? When you hear that, it's like, okay, I'm right here. He wants me to go right here. But what if I just like go right here? What if I just take it up a notch? You know what I mean? I don't know what I would change exactly, but I know if I had, maybe the chairman is like a big deal. I don't know how it would change me finding deals exactly, because that's really hard work right there, like that portion of it, like finding deals. Even if I had a chairman right now, how would that change that part? It's very interesting, very interesting. Like, and it's so different when you're able to like, you know how to find people's information. Like, I know how to find where some of these billionaires live, like their house. Like, I could send them a piece of mail. I know how to find his email and his number. Like, I know how to see now. Like, I was blind. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's very interesting.